My name is Joe Prado, and I'm the Assistant Director for Fresno County Department of Public Health. So I grew up in Wasco, California. It's about an hour or so south of Fresno, so it's a good rural area here in Central Valley. I knew I wanted to serve my community. I thought it was mental health, but it actually turned into a public health route. So I think really it first started when I was a community health worker. I really enjoyed that work. But I was one of the few bilingual people in the department, and I just felt an urge to say, we need more. We need more resources, we need to hire more people. And then I went out and researched a grant, proposed it to my supervisor, and that's where the urge to lean into public health really started, because at that point in time, I was told, hey, that's not your job description. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And so I then started looking into administrative positions. And my first administrative position was actually in public health. My primary duties today as the Assistant Director of Public Health is it ranges. It goes into policy, it goes into finance, it goes into daily operations, it goes into looking at the community through a different lens and meeting with community members to hear their needs and issues as well. And then coming back and then just trying to see, how do we align? How do we align what a school district is doing to what the transportation group is doing, what a city is doing? It's like a big puzzle pieces that I get to put together to figure out what's going to be the best solution public health-wise. I think that is something that is so important, and it doesn't matter where you're at in your career, it doesn't matter what you do in life in general. Fiscal is so important. And so in my current role, it's actually looking at the entire department's budget, seeing how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, how much have we committed for the next 5 years in our contracts, all those pieces there. It's important to forecast your fiscal predictions. It's important to manage your daily accounts receivable, accounts payable as well. Those are very important to have good systems in place to be able to manage all those fiscal impacts. And then the predictive is so important. And that's something that government doesn't do a lot, is do a 5-year budget. Why? Now, it's important to kind of see the trends of what's kind of going on in the economy and start predicting, can you still do what you're providing to your community today in 3 or 5 years? That's a hard question to answer sometimes, but that is something that that we have a fiscal responsibility to ensure that the community is being served fully for the next 3 to 5 years. Your information technology is so important to how are you getting data efficiently to your clients? Are they able to see their own data and their information? Are you able to analyze the metrics and how the department's doing overall? And are you telling the community of what you're doing as well? So that information technology is a critical backbone there. And also, what do your facilities look like? It matters what your facilities, how they're maintained. Just think about that. When you walk into a restaurant or you walk into another facility, you want to feel welcome. You want to feel a sense of dignity is being given to you by the way it's been prepared for you. When you have a guest come to your home, do you usually clean up? Do you usually make everything look nice and great? You should do that for every member of your community that comes through your doors. So that means you have to have the funding, the resources, and the contracts in place, making sure that there is safety being considered in every aspect, not only for your employees, for your members of the public as well. It's important what images are seen, because it's a reflection of your department into the community. So if as you walk into that facility, does it reflect your community? Do you see diversity when you walk in, whether it's through the people or through the images of the posters that you have? Think about that first initial outlook that you want people to have of your department. Facilities plays a big part in that. Grants should always be an adjunct to what your strategic plan says, what your community health assessment has directed you to do, and making sure that those grants align with those objectives, with those goals of the community and of your department. We need to always make sure that we have the right administrative backbone to support and implement that grant, and have the right data and metrics to evaluate what has the grant done, and also have a fiscal sustainability plan. These are some key assets that we've developed in California, and really in this whole framework in the public health infrastructure within the state of California. These strategic documents, what they really are a reflection of is what your community needs. And so when you hear somebody speak into it, do we go put that on the bookshelf and let it collect dust? No, it has to become part of your DNA as a department, as an organization, as a community overall. So that means as you think about your budgeting process, Do you run it through the lens of a community health assessment, and does it align with your strategic plan? Think about all your documentation as a program. Something else I like to mention with operations, we need to build our operations where they are flexible to meet community need, not to meet our county process needs. Notice how I said county process needs and community need. There's a conflict. There's a natural conflict sometimes. For us to do anything in our organizations within a government organization, it takes time. It's consuming. It takes a lot of bandwidth to make any adjustments. And so we as an organization need to be able to be nimble and flexible in adjusting our operations to meet community need. And so your metrics, your data collection, getting feedback from the community, the guiding documents that I mentioned today with the community health assessment, all these are assets for you to be able to adjust your operations on a 3 to 5 year schedule. I think the most rewarding part of my job is seeing the seeds we've planted 3 to 5 years grow and growing in communities that we've invested in. When you're in operations, sometimes you don't know what the outcome's gonna be. You can put all these resources, you can be intentional, but you don't know what the outcome is. But for me, seeing the COVID vaccination response and seeing our community overall respond in a very equitable way, that was phenomenal. And then to see Fresno County increase its health outcomes during that COVID vaccine response was significant, how we were able to improve that. So to me, that's been probably the most rewarding public health experience in being able to manage operations in a very limited information that was given to us during that time, but just seeing those great results where our rural residents were seeing great results just like our metropolitan residents. Fresno County was one of the first counties to vaccinate farm workers. That was, some people would say it wasn't their turn yet. Farm workers, it wasn't their turn yet to receive the vaccine, but we prioritized that community in Fresno County. And the farm workers was just so grateful. And he said, I'm one of the first ones. I'm never the first. I'm always forgotten. So this is a new experience for me. I'm first in line. And to me, it was like, whoa, that was significant. Like, yeah, this is what we do public health for. We do this so the most disadvantaged areas of our community become first. They're no longer put to the last in the line. They actually come to the first in the line. And that's what I think public health is about, is really trying to bring equity into this lens. And that comes with difficult conversations. Public health, we're the mediators. We're the ones right in the middle trying to find and compromise to be able to bring these two polarizing units together to a common solution for the benefit of our community. That's what I love about public health. The community you're in is a wealth of information. Public health really is a reflection of our community. So whatever space you're in today, learn about what makes it tick. What is it that your neighbors need, and what is it that you need to thrive? Most of the time, if we just look around in a 1 or 2 mile radius, we can see the issues of our community really blatantly. Learn how to listen. Learn how to listen from others who are willing to pour time into you. Learn from that experience and grow in that experience, because when you do become, and you will elevate to be as an administrator, just know all these experiences are really feeding into the decisions that you make today. So when I was making decisions on where the vaccine allocation we're going to go during the COVID response, do you think my farm worker background came into play? Working in the fields as a child? Yes, it absolutely did. I understood what that population was dealing with, of working in the corners and not being afraid to come out and say, hey, can I have something? Absolutely knew that. And so as you're a leader, understand what you represent and what you can bring into administration. Your voice can be heard 10, 20 times fold. When I came into this field, that has really resonated with me is that you're not alone. You cannot hold in high enough position to benefit this community overall. You need to have partnerships. And that means you need to learn how to trust. So trusting your coworkers, trusting other organizations, trusting the leadership in these different areas is going to be really important, because we will not move our communities in a positive direction by ourselves. We will do it together. Do these things with an open heart and an open mind about you're not there for yourself or for your career, you're here for your community. For me, it's about the 1 million people in Fresno County. And that sets the tone for the meeting. That sets the tone for the interaction you're about to have and how you're going to speak to someone else in that room that day. I think there has been some valuable lessons during my younger self that could have even made me a better administrator today. I would say to my 21-year-old self, slow down, listen to what is going on around you, and just be grateful for the experience. Even the negative experiences, like that is helping build you who you are today. And that is something that I reflect on a lot, that those negative experiences have really helped to shape me today. But even those positive experiences have really catapulted me to where I am at today.